Hey everyone, welcome to Movember shave number 3. Today we're going to be shaving with Mitchell's wool fat, which I've got just a couple drops sitting on there that I pushed around, and we got a Thader 26mm boar brush, and we're going to get started on it now. I have to say, it's been fairly cold, and like I've said before, I have fairly sensitive skin, and starting to break out. It's more dryness, and I've been using some homemade moisturizer. I don't know if it's enough. I made it during the summer, and it was light enough to where I didn't break out during the summer, but it might not be heavy enough for the cooler months, so I'll be testing something out, trying to get it right for the winter and fall. All right, so we're making up our lather here. That should be enough. We're gonna get this on our face and wet it down. Now, Mitchell's wool fat is known for its protective properties and post-shave, excellent post-shave, I should say. Which it has both. One thing it does not have is one of my favorite scents, but it was all right. It's a fresh, clean scent. This doesn't remind me of anything in particular, which is one of the things that really interests me when it comes to scents. I've got quite a few colognes, and whenever I first started collecting or buying them, I was just getting something that smelled nice, didn't know what I was going to end up enjoying or not. In the long run, something like True Fit and Hill 1805 smells incredible. Tom Ford Gray Vetiver, yet again, smells really, really good, but it's something that I just don't turn to because it doesn't remind me of anything. Like, I've got some Check and Speak number 88, which is considered a men's fragrance, but it reminds me of something at my grandparents' house. It reminds me of my grandmother. And regardless of if it's got rose or rose auto, it might not be considered a very masculine scent. I love wearing it. It's got oak moss, it's got rose, and it's very deep, dark, kind of mysterious. It's pretty awesome. I don't know, initially I think everyone would find it incredible, but it reminds me of my grandmother, so it really doesn't matter. As long as you can own it, I think it'll work for you. We're using this plastic slant razor from Germany. Probably gonna mispronounce it. Mulcuto. And it has a Voskhod blade in it. First use. Now, these blades have Teflon on them. They're Teflon coated. And the first pass for me is always kind of, tugging's not fair. Less keen of an edge. Then you get into, once you start getting into the second pass and third pass for clean up, however you want to look at it. And then good for probably a solid 4 to 5 shaves if you do 2 pass plus a cleanup. If you did, you know, the traditional 3 pass with cross and against, you would probably find yourself getting less, obviously. When it comes to blade degradation. I think the time that passes between shaves also matters. So it might not be nearly as critical as possible because it gives it time. The time gives it enough time, obviously. To break down a little bit, you know, even though it's called stainless steel or whatever, it still gets a little bit of degradation. This is extremely light. You can imagine. And the Mitchell's wool fat is working out great. You know, it's one of those soaps that leaves a really good residual thickness. I know I say if there's no lather, don't shave it. That's not particularly 100% accurate with this, as long as you use good technique and you're not like going this way with it. It's always a good rule to follow. Right. And today we're going to be using Stetson. This is the first time I just picked it up. I've never ever purchased it. And back on the scent, you know, I know it's like a classic masculine scent. It just, whenever I opened it up and smelled it, I bought it because my grandfather used it. That and English leather. What else did he have in there? He had a bunch of the Avon stuff. He had some classic Old Spice, which those, some of them don't particularly smell like something that reminds me of something, but if it reminds me of a memory with someone, that's definitely going to be a winner for me. Even though I don't associate it with him, I do associate the brand. So it should be nice. It's mentholated. I do like a little bit of menthol in my aftershave. I'm going to start from the bottom. Cut myself? No. Even though the head of the razor is slanted, you don't hold it any differently. I know that's probably abundantly obvious. This thing just feels like a little featherweight. This thing is so light. I'm gonna go on the limb and say this is probably the mildest razor I own. I haven't used it nearly enough. It's really rather enjoyable. Right there, dry skin. Hopefully the lanolin and post-shave properties of Mitchell's wool fat really does help out. Got one of my head hairs caught in there. Oh. Which, as you can tell, is quite long. It started off years ago with just getting tired of hearing family members asking when I was going to cut it, and I eventually just said I'm not. And that's essentially held true the past 7 or so years. I'll take it and grab some and clip the bottoms off, but that's about as far as it goes. Yeah, we'll go in and do a little bit of a cleanup pass because this is such a comfortable razor to use, and it's not quite as close as I like it. And I just realized I don't have an alum block, so if I get a cut, that won't stop. It's not stopping. And this Mitchell's wool fat, it's got, I know a lot of people might not really even like the cushioning of a lather, but to me, it's the physical barrier that it gives. If you take some like that right there, and you can't feel your fingerprints, but it's super slippery, that to me is the cushioning ability of a soap. Yeah, I'm gonna take our left hand and feel around and our razor on our right. It's not something I do all the time. I'd say it is satisfying when you do get that really, really close shave. But with shaving every other day, I really need to be watching how close I get. Just having not shaved my full face for months and jumping right into every other day is fairly intense. There you go, that's better. Okay. I really believe that's livable. I'm gonna get rid of the extra lather. I certainly overloaded this stuff, but Mitchell's wool fat, it's one of those soaps that if you don't load it enough and you get the water content wrong, it's just not gonna go. It won't build up a lather, it will just fall flat. So, saving 0.001 millimeters of that soap does not interest me when it comes to having a good shave or not. I'd rather have a good shave than get 4 extra not good shaves out of a puck of soap. And I've got quite the inventory of soap anyway, so it's not really a big deal. You can start working my way through it, you know. So here's the Stetson Cooling Moisture. Yeah, definitely has a, just reminds you of the 70s. Nothing too descript to pull out, but nice cooling, a little bit of a burn. It doesn't smell industrial. Like to me, you know, I've got the classic aqua velva, and it reminds me of natural ingredients within reason. And then the new stuff kind of reminds me of a bit of a hygienic cleanser. And then the classic aqua velvet set rolling in behind. Well, that's it. It was a really nice shave. Let's go ahead and get some of this homemade face balm on. Doesn't take much, just a little bit. Yeah, this stuff absorbs in really good. I made it during the summer to not sit super heavy and break me out. So it shouldn't happen in the winter, but I don't necessarily think it's enough of a barrier because I've been getting some dry skin. All right. So that's the actual end. You'll have a lovely day, and I'll see you later.